Hi everyone, back again for another reaction video, and this one is for Drishyam 2. I've been very intrigued to watch the next one because I really liked the first one, and I did see the trailer of this film, and I'm really just curious where it's going to go from here. Because, well, it seemed like he got away with it, but I guess that's not the case. I guess they've figured out some new leads, and here we are. So yeah, I'm really intrigued just where this is going, what's going to happen. I really don't know that much. Like, the trailer was pretty vague. You just know that, there's certain threads, I guess, they're picking up, and, they're suspects again. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited to check this one out. And I still haven't seen the original. This is a remake version of the second one. But at some point I will check out the first one. I hope they're not too similar to a point where it's like there's not even much of a point to watch the original. But anyway, we'll see when we get to that. But anyway, let's check this one out and see what it's like. I don't really have much else to say because all I know is I'm intrigued. I like the first one quite a lot. I think it is one of my favorite Indian films. It's not like right at the top, but it's up there, that's for sure. I thought, like, not even just on the story stuff was really solid. That was definitely the best thing about it. Was just the twists and turns, where it was going, and just the way he got away with things. I was like, my God. And it was believable too. It wasn't like too out there. It wasn't too silly. It was really well structured, I thought. It was a well put together story. But that being said, like, some of the filmmaking I thought was relatively good as well. So let's see if all that carries on in this film, or if not better. Let's see. I gotta say, this was released pretty quickly. Like, this was only out cinemas not that long ago, and it's ready on streaming, so that's really cool and really handy. Ooh, the tone of music changed really quickly. Is this setting us into the movie now?
शब्दों पे नहीं,
It is.
शब्दों में झूठ छुपने की जगह ढूंढ ही लेता है.
They can, yes, that's true.
दृश्य कभी झूठ नहीं बोलते. कि आंखों के सामने क्या है? सवाल ये है कि आप देख क्या रहे?
And this is a cool shot to start on too. That top down, that was cool. Man, there's some great shots already. They're real good.
मैं अभी अगर काम नहीं छोड़ेगा तो मेरा वाइफ मेरे को छोड़ देगा ऐसे. तो अच्छा है ना? प्रॉब्लम ही सॉल्व हो गया. जाने दो उसको, नहीं कर ढूंढ. अभी क्या है ना? You
could say the same point and say I can't change wives all the time. Just jump from one to the other to the other. It's the same thing. It's obviously he just doesn't want him to leave because of his agenda, right?
मेरा पैसा दे दो ना मेरे को क्या है ना पैसे का जरूरत है.
Oh boy.
तेरे को ये पैसा तेरी अगली डिलीवरी के बाद ही मिलेगा.
Oh jeez. Huh. Jeez. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh. Oi, police. Oh, damn, he killed him? Oh, now he's in trouble. Oh! He got him. Oh, is he gonna try and run? Oh, man. Well, I wasn't expecting this opening, but this is cool. Just straight into it, hey. So I feel like this guy's he's just gonna be an offside dude. It's probably about the cop that catches him or something. Or, oh my God. He sees him doing the... Oh man. Oh, he's... Uh-oh, that's gonna be a problem. Interesting. I love the timing of that with the sound. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Oh. Well, what you gonna do, sir? But I'm guessing he'll be able to do some bargaining type thing and say, oh, he saw him at that place, right? And it might shorten his jail term or something like that, you know? Is that where this is going? Huh, this is interesting. I like this already. You can kind of see where it's going, at least at the moment, unless I'm completely wrong. Drishyam. Drishyam.
वो जो पहले कॉमेडी पिक्चर चल रही थी ना, उसके शोज बढ़ा दो.
ठीक है सर.
Wait a minute, he owns a movie theater now? You're kidding me. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool if he like owns a movie theater now, because that's definitely what he loves. It's not whatever the hell he was doing before.
पापा हमारे फिल्म की शूटिंग कब शुरू होगी?
जल्दी.
और
Wait, what? He's making his own film? Oh, that's cool. Well, a few surprises already with the plot. That's cool. With like the characters and all that, what's going on.
नहीं चली तो
कितनी नेगेटिव बातें करती हो. इंसान को हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचना चाहिए. डिमोरलाइज करती हो.
Oh, damn.
ये मदद की थी. तुम तो यहाँ थे भी नहीं. अरे कुछ तो करो. आज तू मार भी देगा ना तो पैसे नहीं.
Oh gosh, what's he gonna do?
मत कर.
आज मैंने तेरे को मार ही दिया.
Oh my god.
तो क्या पूरे गोवा को मालूम है?
चुप ना.
ये जो 2 अक्टूबर 3 अक्टूबर करके तूने कानून की इज्जत की है ना, सब मालूम मेरे को.
Oh.
और आइंदा
साना.
चलो तुम्ही तुला सगळं माहिती आहे मला.
Hmm. Okay, everything, huh?
Jose. Jose. फोन उठा.
Huh. Ooh. Okay, hello. You're back, sir.
उसकी अस्थियों के साथ विधि करनी पड़ेगी.
Oh. I mean, yeah, he can't really do much because there's literally the police station's on top of it.
इंसानी जज्बात के साथ जुड़े हुए होते हैं. बताओ क्या आइडिया है?
I wonder if his idea is very similar to what's going on here. Huh. Wow, she's learning to drive, hey? Ha! Is he gonna throw? I understand too, he'd probably be even more protective of his daughter than, you know, since that event. Oh, he's back.
मनुष्य का उद्धार है.
Oh, gee. And she's just wallowing in it, is she?
प्ले किया था मैं. बैकग्राउंड में खड़ा होके पूरा.
Man, this is a cool setting they've done this in. I like the lighting and I love how the rain's there too.
अरे प्रभु.
हेलो.
हेलो. विजय आज घर लौटने.
The last time it rained in a dramatic way was when the guy tried to do the thing to the daughter. I wonder if something dramatic is going to happen in this night.
इसीलिए विजय भाऊ ने उस लड़के को मार दिया.
Oh
तो ये भी कह रहे
boy.
हैं कि
What's going on here? Oh, who's that? Police. Man, he can stay composed really well. That rain's still around. Something's gonna happen. Dang it. Okay, I apologize. I just realized I forgot to switch the darn voice recorder on. Apologies for that. So the last whatever minutes, the voice will sound kind of shit, but it's fixed now. Let's carry on. Okay. Oh, this is a dream. Right. Oh. Yeah, it's a dream. Oh gosh, that is some dream.
लेकिन इस बात का खास ध्यान रहे कि ये दोबारा ना हो, वरना ये उसके लिए काफी खतरनाक साबित हो सकता है.
Jesus. So kind of suppressing that, what happened, and her guilt is like really hitting her. Because at the end of the day, she did that, didn't she? She was the one that smacked him in the head with the shovel.
Thank you.
He's like, he looks familiar. Huh. Oh. Yeah.
तो पे मत जा गालिब नसीब उनके भी होते हैं जिनके हाथ नहीं होते
Huh. That's a fair point.
Yes, sir.
I loved him answering the phone while he's with his family, because he's the police chief guy, isn't he? I swear he was. If he isn't, my bad. Woody Harrelson's, when he answered the phone in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, I love that.
Dixon, I'm in the middle of my goddamn Easter dinner. Sorry, kids.
Who's this? I remember this guy.
लेकिन जीनियस है.
Oh, here we go. Here's this new police officer, right?
हर एक क्रिमिनल
Is he playing chess? Of course he is.
क्या शतरंज और सांप सीढ़ी सेम है वहां पे सब होते ये भगवान भी बेईमान लोगों का ही साथ देता है इसलिए बच के निकल गया वो
The funniest thing is though, he's saying, oh yeah, you know, he's dishonest and all this, but he's dishonest too. He's not perfect either. You know, he's corrupt. You saw it in the first movie, like, there's a lot of things he was doing wrong in the first movie, so don't think you're so good either, sir.
Without evidence हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
एविडेंस है.
Oh, she's here. The one thing I haven't noticed in this film yet is no one takes, which I'm kind of a bit sad about. I remember in the first one there was some cool one takes used in the film. That's kind of been thrown away now, which is a bit unfortunate. But anyway, we'll see.
सर ये दोनों तो
शैडो पुलिस है.
Oh,
सच में हस्बैंड और वाइफ है. बिना लड़े सामने वाले.
are you serious? That was all set up? No way. So all that fighting stuff was all fake? All a ruse? Are you serious?
अपने घर के सामने वाली जमीन बेचना चाहता है. हमने मिलकर एक प्लान बनाया.
Oh my god.
पे नजर रख रहे हैं. इनफैक्ट हमने विजय के पूरे घर में
Oh boy.
कोई बात नहीं करेंगे, मगर मेरा दिल कह रहा है
Oh. She said to trust her.
विजय ने दूसरे ही दिन हमें बिना बताए बॉडी कहीं शिफ्ट कर दी थी.
Oh.
कहते
Uh-oh. Huh. He tried to get up, but he's like, nah, stuff it.
हाँ? याद है ना तो मुझे बताना और एक काम कर 2 लीटर तू
What the hell? What a shithead. He's still doing it.
में हम सोच भी नहीं सकते
जैसे कि सेंट माइकल्स चर्च.
Like the police station. Huh.
पब्लिक जब भड़कती है ना तो बहुत पिटती है
Yeah, he knows that for certain. Huh. From experience. Uh-oh, who's there? Gee, it's hot here, right now, I must say. It's summer here in Australia, and it's getting me. I got a fan going here, but I don't know how much it's helping. Hey, he's there. Looking at it, checking it out. Ooh. I like his glasses. Very cool. Hey. Doesn't make his look suspicious at all, folks. I mean, that being said, it looked kind of suspicious, him standing in the yard. Fist bump. I forgot your tea. Oh. Huh. That was convenient, wasn't it?
आपकी जिंदगी
This guy is quite intimidating, I must say. What's he doing? Making himself a sandwich?
मैं उनसे बहुत जल्द मिलूंगा चलता हूँ
Okay. Bye. See you next time.
बेस्ट कंट्रोल मैडम, वरना खामखा सबका स्ट्रेस बढ़ जाएगा।
Bloody hell, I like this actual bit of dialogue. This is cool. Is this really about the flowers? No. I like this actor though. I think I have seen him in another film. What, did he forget something? Oh.
कभी तुमने सोचा है कि इन 7 साल में मुझ पे क्या बीत रही है?
True. Like, even though he's a bit fairly collected with it, she's like broken down.
जाते हैं।
Hmm.
मैं जानती हूँ कि
Uh-oh. Jesus, it's crazy that they're just listening to him right now. They're like, please say it.
आज तक दिल और दिमाग के बीच मैंने हमेशा अपने दिमाग की सुनी है।
Ah. He won't say it then, right?
मैं तुम्हें नहीं बता सकता।
Haha. Yeah. Okay, he didn't say it though. They'd be in trouble.
आज भी वही करूँगा।
He's like, God damn it.
माफ करना।
It's an interesting shot choice. How like the focus is only on that certain bit. It went out of focus when he rocked back and forth. That's cool. He's like, back in here again. Well, not in here. He's right underneath there, isn't he? The body. Holy shit, are you serious? That is hilarious. If that's where he actually is. Right underneath the chief's fucking feet. That is funny.
भी उन्हें कोई काम की इंफॉर्मेशन देगा ना, तो पुलिस 5 लाख इनाम देगी।
Ooh, this guy's hearing this. Ooh, that's easy bit of money. Easy money just to unveil some information like that.
का बॉडी कहीं शिफ्ट कर दी थी।
And he remembers seeing that image of him walking out of the one in construction. Yeah. There we go. Yep. I would say compared to the last movie, I think he pulls off the beard well instead of just a mustache. I think the whole set looks great. Oh, he's going to divulge the information, isn't he?
7 साल मर्डर केस में जेल कट के आया है। कहता है उसे पता है विजय सालगांव की बॉडी कहाँ छुपाई है।
कहाँ छुपाई है उसने बॉडी?
Right beneath your feet.
विजय ने बॉडी 1 बजे दफनाई थी।
नहीं साहब, टाइम तो 3-3:30 बजे ही था। झूठ नहीं बोल रहा है।
Huh. I like that he tested him there.
भिखारी नहीं है मैं।
Huh. Oh god, unless there's an extra step we don't know about. Let's say, it sounds silly, but let's say Vijay saw him, seeing him, right? Or he just got paranoid because it's underneath a goddamn police station. Maybe he moved the body again, just to be on the safe side. Wait a minute. He may have buried him there for a few days, temporarily. And then once the police, no one cared, still under construction, because it would have still taken a while for the police station to be built. Then he moved it again. Perhaps. But then again, there was a big focus on that earlier, that it was underneath there when he went into the police station earlier, the Vijay. But who knows? Maybe he just looked there and it was just to get the viewer going, oh, I wonder if it's there. But maybe he moved it again because he had plenty of time. He had all the time in the world to actually put it somewhere else or just completely obliterate the body, chuck it in acid or something. I don't know. But I'm curious if like he has actually moved it again.
बॉडी किधर है?
Body.
अरे हाँ, सॉरी। इधर ही।
Huh?
नीचे ही दफनाया था।
Holy shit, right underneath your feet. That is fucking hilarious. You look at the looks on their faces.
Bastard.
डेढ़ साले
जितने लोग चाहिए हायर करो, they can get it done.
I don't think it's there. I think it's been moved again.
खाना नहीं खाया था क्या? चलो जल्दी काम करो. हाथ चलाओ.
Oh my god. Why don't you work too, lad?
दुआ कर. बेवजह.
That's gonna suck for him if it actually has really moved. I don't think you'll actually kill him, but still, that'll suck. Oh.
मिल गया.
Really? Uh-oh. It's not, is it? Something else. What is it? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. What you gonna do now, sir? Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, no. I think that's it. He's like, well, shit. What's he gonna do now?
Based on these findings.
You know, on some level, I'm kind of glad for them that they're finally getting this relief. You know, it's been years, especially the mother. She's just been still haunted by this. So at least, like, if she's actually knows the body, that's a relief to some extent. I'm curious how he's going to get out of this, or if he does.
हमारा पूरा डिफेंस इस बात पे टिका हुआ है कि आप में से किसी को भी कुछ नहीं पता. अंदर चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, आप लोग.
Big fan.
Big fan. He's impressed. He's like, yo, you bloody buried him in the police station. That's impressive.
इसे पहचानते हो?
एक दो बार मिला.
It's a bit weird that they actually showed him the picture of him. Like, if he was, I'm guessing he's not a gangster, well, as far as they know. But like to show that, like it's showing like the witness that actually is giving us all away. Like that's, if he was someone of like that was dangerous, he could kill him. I said it's kind of silly that they actually showed him the witness that found it.
आप ये सब इन्हें फिर से बताएंगे?
Nah, that's her. Huh.
तरुण इसके आगे
हमें बिना बताए बॉडी कहीं शिफ्ट कर दी थी.
Huh, they're like, well, I'll be damned. Those bloody neighbors. He's like, God damn it, lady.
मेरा वक्त बर्बाद मत करना.
Well, that look was enough to give a message to do the next step. Oh, I like this change to handheld cam. That was a good idea.
मेरा मैडम कुछ पूछ रही है ना?
I wonder if this other cop is going to allow him to just hit her like that though, because I feel like the other policeman, even though he's, you know, aggressive verbally, I don't know if he would be so much into violence though. Oh, let's see. He doesn't want to look. Interesting.
तो पता चलेगा कि जितनी इज्जत आप कानून की करते हैं, उतनी इज्जत कानून भी आपकी करता है.
Huh. Jeez. That's his way of rationalizing it, hey? Oh. Oh, yo, she's having a... Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. I hope they don't end up killing her. Oh, he's gonna confess? What's going on here?
2014.
I'm surprised the cop's not in the frame.
मैंने सरिया उसकी पीठ पे मारा, लेकिन वो झुक गया और चोट सीधा उसके सर पर लगी.
Oh, that's his way of saying it, hey? उसके बाद मैंने लाश को पुलिस स्टेशन पे दफना दिया. So he's just taking responsibility for himself, so none of his family gets hurt. Dang. Straight up.
उस लड़की को एपिलेप्सी है।
वो लड़की ही थी और तुम हमदर्दी जता रहे हो उससे।
हमदर्दी नहीं जता रहा हूँ।
I mean, in a way you could see the punishment for her for killing him is her epilepsy now, is her immense guilt, and nothing's probably going to take that away. So I think that's enough of a punishment, honestly. I mean, the funniest thing is like, still once again, it's a tricky situation, because, you know, I may speak about this afterwards. You know what, I'll speak about this after the video, but it's not just a deep question of just this film, but in general, who is to blame? It's not a simple answer. Okay, who is to blame? It's a very tricky question. You can't just simply say, oh, it's him, right? There's never usually enough of a reason to say, oh, it's his fault. Now, sure, you can on some level and throw a certain person in jail, but at the end of the day, the fault isn't just of that person. But anyway, I'm going to go into that a bit later, because it goes pretty deep, and I feel like there is some truth to it, that's for sure. But anyway, let's keep going. So he just completely put it on himself. Well, he said he'd do that, if necessary. You did the best you could, lady. The truth usually comes out at some point, even though it's not really the truth. It's like a slight slither of the truth, but still. He's gonna have a big smile for him, like, look, got your ass finally in the end.
मैं कुत्ता तो नहीं, लेकिन आज दिन मेरा है। चल बैठ।
Yeah, punch him in the face. Like, seriously, you're gonna go to jail anyway, might as well just... Because, like, he's not innocent. This motherfucker is just as... Maybe not just as bad. I don't know if he's actually killed. I wouldn't be fucking surprised if he's killed anyone. Or, you know, especially like a criminal, or he could say he was defending himself. I would not be surprised if this dude's done some shit. You know what I mean? Because he really has this big ass ego and thinks he's more important than everyone else. But anyway.
Sir, आपसे मिलने कोई आए हैं। कह रहे हैं कि विजय सालगांवकर के बारे में आपसे कुछ अर्जेंट बात करना चाहते हैं।
Oh, okay, what's going on here? Urgent? Here we go, some twist. Oh shit. He's waiting for something.
मेरा नाम मुराद अली है, मैं फिल्में लिखता हूँ साल भर। दरअसल वो चाहता था कि स्क्रिप्ट की एक-एक चीज पूरी तरह से लॉजिकल हो और वेल रिसर्च्ड।
Okay. It's cool how this is coming back into it though.
आप लोगों के लिए इस फिल्म की कहानी जानना बहुत जरूरी है।
It's about this, isn't it?
दोनों के बीच हाथापाई होती है और गलती से यतिन के हाथों उस लड़के का खून हो जाता है।
Jeez, yeah.
कि वो लड़का एक जाने माने बिल्डर का बेटा है और अगर उसने कुछ नहीं किया तो उसके बेटे की जिंदगी हमेशा हमेशा के लिए बर्बाद हो जाए।
Wow, so it's very similar. Yeah, that's cool.
कि उस वक्त उस बिल्डर की नई बिल्डिंग अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन थी और फिर
This is cool. I'm liking this.
एक प्रॉब्लम है।
Problem. Here we go. Here's one of the endings.
केस मन खड़ा जिसकी कहानी पुलिस ने चुराई है दृश्यम नाम के इस नॉवेल से। विजय के नाम पर जिस बयान को
Oh my god. You know, I just realized something funny about this movie. It's kind of patting itself on the back for its own story. Because it's like, before I was like, oh, it's such a good script, such a good story. Yeah, you fucking did it. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I like it though. This is cool. I'm loving these. Or where it's going with this. Very cool. let's keep going.
वो एंडिंग क्या थी बताएंगे? है कि कहीं विजय
All this build up. He's walking.
कंट्रोल में आता है। पब्लिक को कोई आइडिया नहीं कि अंदर क्या चल रहा है।
Oh shit. So they're making it seem like they framed him.
मैं नहीं आ रहा है कि आखिर ये हो क्या रहा है। As per the DNA report, ये skeleton समीर देशमुख का है ही नहीं।
Oh fuck. Oh my god, he did do that, didn't he? He moved the fucking thing. Huh?
हीरो अच्छी तरह से जानता था कि पुलिस कभी न कभी उस लाश को जरूर ढूंढ लेगी। इसी बॉडी की तलाश करने लगा जिसकी उम्र, कद, काठी बिल्कुल उस लड़के की तरह है।
I'm loving this. This is the best filmmaking moment in the whole thing. The way it's circling around like this is cool.
तलाश खत्म हुई।
Yo, what? Oh, you're kidding me.
जिससे उसने जान पहचान कर
That guy. I remember he was talking to him before.
DNA टेस्ट के लिए भेजा जाता है। ये सब काम दिन में होते हैं।
Far out.
भी बढ़ाता है।
Yeah, he was talking to him earlier. Right, right. And I remember this location. Oh. What? Oh shit. So he switched them. So he went to the forensic place or whatever and switched the fucking bones. Oh my god. Holy shit, man. This is some plot. Put it there. And he just went. Holy shit. I thought for a second, like, how the hell... I was thinking for a second, how the hell did he dig up the concrete to get the body out? No, he didn't. He just did a good old switcheroo. Where does he bury it, though? Just somewhere random, I guess. Huh? Oh, acid. Yeah. Wise. No evidence at all. Yeah, corrosive. It's some Breaking Bad type shit. He didn't do it in a house, though, like some stupid people.
तब तक के लिए साड़गांवकर परिवार के खिलाफ कोई भी नई कार्रवाई ना की जाए सर।
Noted.
Fuck, man. I think they're in trouble. I think he's got it. I think he's got it in the bag now. There's that smile. He's like, fuck yeah. But they still have the audio evidence and the wife said certain things. Like, what about all that? Are they going to be walking towards each other? Huh. My God. They'll never get the remains now. Because he fucking corroded them to a crisp.
जिंदगी भर उस लड़के के बाप के सामने ऐसा नहीं कर पाए।
Yeah. What is it? Some of the remains?
It's done.
Yeah, she wants the, she wants the punishment. Well, I think he might have done it, man. Wow.
उनके लिए मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, किसी भी हद तक जा सकता हूँ। फिर कोई चाहे मुझे मतलब ही कहे या खुद कर्ज।
Is that the end? Holy shit. Wow, what an ending. I think I may save my whole thing I was going to say till after the review. If you're interested to hear my, I don't know what you would call it, point of view or philosophy, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I'll save that till after my review if you're interested. But this was a really solid film. I don't think the filmmaking was quite as good as the first one. I felt like the first one was very, just, some of the shot compositions, the just the way it was done was a bit more thought through. I feel like with this one, they kind of didn't put as much care into that in this one. That's just for me. But aside from that, it was really good. The story was still really solid. I thought the acting was still really good. I thought the characters, I don't know if I actually said the characters, but I'd definitely say I like the main character. He's really good. And it still had a really awesome revelation. And yeah, so I'm going to go through my list and see if there's any other things, but I think this is still going to be a really good score. I don't think it'll be quite as good as the first one, but it was still really solid, and I loved how it played out. So yeah, this was great. So anyway, I'm going to do my list, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and yeah, there's quite a few things here, that's for sure. I don't think it's as many as the first one, so I do find this one not quite as good, but that being said, don't take that too badly, because this is still a really solid film. Just, I feel not quite as good as the first one, mainly due to some technical aspects. But that being said, there was a few technical things I still liked in this film, and when I thought about it, I felt like still giving it some credit where credit was due. So, first things first is, there were some moments of good camera composition, like that part near the ending there where it was like circling around when he was using the newspaper. Just like certain little bits there, and just moments here and there where the shots were pretty good. And also I like that shot when he was rocking back and forth in the seat and the focus was kind of, you know, not always there. That was an effective shot. I think there was a few good wide shots throughout the film as well. So yeah, just a general overall good camera composition in parts. So I just wanted to give it that. And number two, also colour palette. It gave me still that same kind of Gone Girl, David Fincher kind of look. The colour palette was kind of very cold, but it very much fit the kind of tone of the film, like what it was trying to go for, this deception and all that. It was effective, so I liked that as well. The next thing, number three, is the acting. I had to give a point to the acting. I think the main guy is really great. Everyone else is really good too, though. I particularly like the new detective as well. I thought he was really good. But yeah, just overall, I thought the acting was really solid. So yeah, point to that. Next thing, number four, is the story. I like the overall story. Just this is incredible. This story, I love how the film literally pats itself on the back by having a whole plot about him writing this story, and it's literally the plot of this film. That's brilliant. I love that. So that was really cool. So really solid story. Next thing, number five, is the main character. I don't know if I gave it that in the first film, but I really have to give him some credit. He is a wizard or something. Like, he is like really intelligent, really figures things out. It's absolutely brilliant. So I really like the main character, and just like the way he kind of plays things off. But he also has this compassionate side about him. You can see he feels sorry for the parents in a sense, and that was in the first film as well. But yet, there were parts where there is his human side, but a lot of it, he is very much an intellectual type of person trying to figure stuff out. But he does a really good job at it, I'll give you that. So yeah, really solid main character. But that being said, as much as he is intellectual, his emotions do drive him though, because like, he really doesn't want his family to get hurt. And you can see that's where his heart lies, is in his family, right? So that's really cool as well when you think about that. He uses his mind to protect that which he loves. I guess a lot of us do that, but I like that. Like, they really kind of show that in the film. So yeah, I really like that. And he also follows his heart as well, his passion of film and all that kind of stuff. So really good stuff. Next thing, number six is badass moment. This is just for that ending. I had to give it an extra point for this. I have actually given it another point for this kind of thing as well, but I had to give it this because this is like the thing that really hits it. It really hits you fast too. Just bam, all these things just hit you like that, and it works. It seems to work. It seems believable. Yeah, I think it's really solid. So really badass kind of moment how it hits. And I probably should have given this beforehand. I should have given it this and then badass moment. But anyway, number 7 is build up. There really is a lot of stuff where it's like, how the hell is he going to get out of this? Right. It's like this thing and this thing and like the recordings. I still don't get how they kind of got away with the recordings. Like, they recorded stuff, in the house. They had microphones. They would have gotten something, and she kind of confessed to something as well, to that lady. So I don't know how they got away with that. But aside from that, it's really solid. Aside from that, it's really solid. Stuff just stacks and stacks and stacks. And it's like, shit, how is he going to get out of this? And then, number 8, the next thing is revelation. The way it kind of all reveals, shows what he did. Oh my god. And that's why it's so badass. It really shows all these extra things that he did to kind of help cover it up. So yeah, really solid, like just revelation and how that all happened. Next thing, number 9 is, last but not least actually, number 9 is the ending. So yeah, there's a lot here that really serves this ending. If this ending wasn't solid, I feel like this film would have been pretty weak, honestly. But that being said, as I said, the rest of the film is basically build up to this ending. So it does work in a sense still. It's a lot of build up to get to it, but when it does hit, it works well. And since it works so well, it really hits you and goes, hell yeah, he did it in the end, you know? It's like, it's really cool how just all that was done. It's absolutely brilliant. So I really like the narrative in this film, the story, you know, and the way that all happens is brilliant. Like, really solid writing both of these films have. So yeah, props to that. And I think that's it. Yeah, number 9. So 9 things. Really solid film. I really like this. Highly recommend it to anyone. Obviously, if you're watching this, you would have seen it already, I hope. But, you know, I would recommend this to people if they said, oh, what's a good, like, Indian film? I would say these 2 films are solid. That being said, I still haven't watched the original ones, which I will at some point. I'll probably give it a bit of a rest. I reckon give it a few years, and then I'll come back to the original 2, and because I don't want to like watch them straight away, because I think they're pretty much the same. It's just different actors. I'd be curious to see the filmmaking, if the filmmaking's better or worse. Perhaps the filmmaking's really solid in both of those films. I don't know. I hear a lot just about like the story, and that's really good in these, but it is a really good story, so I'll give it that. But that being said, if the original 2 are basically the same, it's just different actors, and the filmmaking's kind of whatever, I'll be kind of like, oh, fair enough. It's a bit of a bummer, I guess, that I didn't watch the original ones, but I could only watch what I could watch. That was on the streaming services, so I didn't want to hunt around too much. I just wanted to get something and watch it, and I did. So I hope this was still a good decision. Most of you seem to like that I watched the first one, so a few of you did say to watch the original, but I just watched what I could watch at the time, so whatever. Anyway, that is it for this review of Drishyam 2. So thank you for watching. I'm going to do my whole thing now and talk about what I was going to talk about before, about who is to blame, this kind of perspective I've kind of thought of recently. So if you want to listen to that, feel free to listen to that. Otherwise, yeah, I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, so anyone that stays now, let me talk about this. Okay, so you can even let's go over to this film, and even just as an example, and try to look at who is to blame. Right. So you could say the daughter is to blame. She killed the guy. She killed the young dude. So that's her fault. She should go to jail. Okay. Well, she was somewhat defending herself. You know, she didn't want that information out there, because society wouldn't be able to accept. See that. So, is it completely her fault? See, she could just let that information go out. And I did say that in the video, and some people defended her action to stop that, and I totally get that. That is a fair point, that, like, society wouldn't accept you, you know, she'd probably have trouble getting a job, she'd have trouble living her life because of that video. That is true, yes. And probably other reasons as well that maybe I don't understand because I'm not from that culture. But, you know, it's still that structure of society that is also an issue, isn't it? See? So, it's not just her that's the fault, it's somewhat the society that's going to judge this situation, and truth as well. You know, like you could say, oh, but look what he did, right? She knew nothing about that. So why should she get punished? He was the one that was the creep. Yeah, you could look at it that way. And that's a very fair way of looking at it. But anyway. So, okay, let's say it's not her fault. Let's say it's his fault. Because he was the one that did the video. He was the one that did the threatening. Acting all, demanding and all this. And doing something that she did not want to do. Forcing her against her will. It's his fault. That seems like right. It's his fault, right? Absolutely. Is it though? Is it that simple just to say, oh, yeah, it's his fault? They mentioned in the film, the first film, the parents. The mum was very giving to the child. She was just unconditionally let him do stuff, let him do whatever he wants. Because they probably had a bit of a superiority complex because they were police. She was a police person. I think he was police as well, from what I remember. Anyway, she was one of the police people, right? So they had a certain sense of, entitlement with that. So she thought, oh, I'm going to shower my son with all this stuff, which gave him a superiority complex. So he could think he could do whatever he wanted, right? And see what that did to him. So then you might say, oh, it's the parents' fault then. Does that seem right? To say, oh, it's the parents' fault. Now, we're going to start stepping outside of the film a little bit and going a bit more into this. But who were they brought up by? And then, what happens to people when they get in a high place of power and they aren't aware of what's going on? Their thoughts are just running wild. And they really take on this position of being this leader and, all this. And then the culture, like look at, Gaitonde? Is that his name? Started with a G. The guy that's, abuses his power as a police officer. That guy, you know what I'm talking about. Mustache. And he thinks, oh, he's all right and righteous. No, bullshit. You do the same issues. You just, double standard, right? So, he's doing the same thing. So, then you can say, oh, it's the police system. That's the problem. Is that the issue? The police system? Or you could say, the police could say then, oh no, it's the criminals. They won't fess up, or they won't do this, they won't do that, so we have to be aggressive, so is it the criminals' fault? Right? What created criminality? Sometimes it's desperation, you're trying to make ends meet, you need money. Sometimes you get too caught up in that whole thing, and then it goes further than that, right? And then greed sets in, all this. My point is, saying all this stuff, can you really blame? That's the question. Can you really blame anyone? Or is there always something you could kind of, and then it just goes from this to this to this, right? This might be just my point of view. Maybe I'm just ignorant to something. Please, in the comments, if you want to tell me how wrong I am, go ahead. I'd like to hear a different point of view and maybe see it differently than what I am. But the way I see it, the problem is not this person or society or this country or this police department or these criminals or the government. It's none of that. Because, as I said, you just keep jumping to different things, right? Does that solve the issue? Or does it just perpetuate it? It just keeps going. So what is the issue? From my point of view, the issue, I see, it's thought. Right? It's the mind. Right? It's the whole structure of how thought has come into play. And not just thought, but the sense of self you get from thought. This is where I enjoy mindfulness. And somewhat, you see thoughts, you know, maybe blaming this, blaming that, but you don't, at a certain point, you really see the absurdity of that, right? You see the thoughts here, and then this is you. And you see the absurdity of all these thoughts. You're kind of like, that's so silly, just to blame this and that. Because really, does it solve the problem? It doesn't. Right? It kind of just perpetuates it, and it creates a lot of tension in you, creates a lot of anger, it creates a lot of bitterness, you know, all this jazz. And then you want to strive to do this, try to change the world, but it's still in thought. One great speaker I would recommend is Krishnamurti. He talks a lot about this type of stuff. And he's very good at explaining it, much better than me. So, you know, if this grabs your curiosity, I'd recommend him to listen to, or Eckhart Tolle. He's a bit more simpler, like he doesn't go way too, because Krishnamurti gets very kind of deep and it's kind of hard to follow him sometimes. Eckhart Tolle is a great start, so I would recommend him to some degree. But there's many teachers, very many, like Alan Watts. He's much more philosophical though, but there is still great insight from him. Actualize.org is good in places as well. I particularly love his video, Actualize.org's video, What is the Devil? That's a really good video. It talks a lot about like the mind and the ego, sense of self. And you really see that that is the issue. At least for me, I'm starting to see that as more of the issue. The trickiest thing is, what do you do with that? You can't say, I want to kill the ego then, because that's a thought. See? The best way I see as a solution is awareness. You become so aware, so alert of what's going on in your mind, that over time, that alertness takes the focus, not the thoughts, not the beliefs, not the, you know, ideas of trying to remove thought. It's just awareness, it's just watchfulness. And when you start to sit in that, you know, without resistance, without suppression, you just are in that. That's what I would say is needed to fix this whole issue of conflict and even misery, fear, the need to control, you know, all those things create this suffering, create the, you know, a lot of the chaos that this world is in, because it's thought. And thought is, this is something Krishnamurti says, thought is limited. So, anyway, that's it for me. That's it for me talking about that stuff. I don't know if any of you's got that stuff, or you think I'm talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo. What do you call it? What's the word? Like you might be thinking I'm talking. You're probably thinking I'm just talking some like hippy dippy, woo woo stuff, right? That was the word I was trying to look for. Woo woo. And that's fair enough. If that's, you know, if that's what you think, that's fine. But just know that that also is a thought. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. If you found that also enjoyable to hear that stuff, that is another interest I have, is, you know, the mind, thought, ego, and awareness. Like, I find that to be such a fascinating thing. When I was even younger, this was like the two things I was interested in, is film and, you know, the mind and psychology. I was much more into kind of positive thinking back in the day and all that, but I still see that that's a program of thought, and you're trying to force thought to be a certain way. But that's assuming that you're in control of your thoughts. And it really, you start to see that you're really not. It's kind of just this thing that's happening to you in a way. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting the subscribe button and consider hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. I'd very much appreciate that. And yeah, I hope to catch you in the next one.